Welcome back to the Morning Mindset. I hope you are benefiting from these daily shots to the soul of encouragement, of scriptural truth, because the more you place your thoughts on the things that God says are true, the more you're going to be able to live out His truth in your life. I think a lot of the dearth, however you say that word, of true spiritual vitality in the Christian church today is due to the fact that people neglect this part of their faith. They neglect the repetition, the repeated sense of focus and meditation on the truth of what God says. If you and I are not thinking in accordance with truth, we are going to live in accordance with lies. Stop and think about that statement. If you're not thinking in accordance with truth, you are going to live in accordance with lies. Because it's your thoughts that generate your course of action throughout the day. Isn't that right? I mean, just think about your life, dealing with your children or coworkers or the people in your neighborhood. It's your thoughts that generate the actions that you take. And so it's vital that you think according to God's truth, because God's truth is the only truth, and it is truth that's in alignment with the reality of what life is like in a fallen universe. It's truth that guides us to live rightly with the power of Christ living through us. And that's a long introduction to get to that point that I'm here these last few episodes reminding you that the actual life of Christ Himself is in you if you have placed your faith in Jesus Christ. You can go back to previous episodes and hear how that all came about when Jesus was crucified and risen from the grave. But we're camping out today on the fact that the most practical thing you can do, hear those words very carefully, the most practical thing you can do is to believe that Jesus lives in you. Not believe as in, oh yeah, I believe the sky's blue, or oh yeah, I believe Abraham Lincoln lived. I mean, those can be intellectual beliefs that don't impact the way you live. I'm talking about believing that Jesus Christ is in you, much like you would believe that your car is going to take you places when you turn that key and step on the gas. You see, you have experience that shows you that's what cars do when you start them up and step on the gas. You need the experience. You need to start developing the mental belief and experience that Jesus Christ in you is your life. He is your source of living. And it's my prayer that this becomes more to you than just an intellectual truth, that it does more than just produce warm fuzzies inside of you and make you feel good that God loves you. And please don't get me wrong, you should feel good that God loves you. We should all just feel ecstatic about the love of God that's been poured out on us through Jesus Christ. But don't let that feeling, that warm and fuzzy thing that comes when you really ponder that, negate the impact of the truth that makes you feel that way. The impact of the truth that Jesus lives in you is that you now have a new fuel for your car. You now have a new resource for living. You no longer have to respond in impatience. You no longer have to respond in irritability and selfishness. You no longer have to speak with harsh words or cutting sarcasm. You can now, in reality, practically live out a new kind of life that actually is a blessing to the people around you, that brings a balm, a soothing sense of peace to the relationships that you have and the conflicts that you're involved in. Because Jesus Christ Himself, the Prince of Peace, lives in you and, more importantly, is living through you because you believe that He does. We're going to talk a little more tomorrow about this idea of belief and the power of belief. And it's belief that's grounded in truth. I want you to know you are a different person today. You can live differently today because Jesus Christ really does live in you, and your belief that He will live through you will make all the difference today. So go out, believe it, and do it.